What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to a new video where we are going to talk about Newthrone, a play to earn game which I introduced to you a few days ago, and since then it's doing quite good in terms of growth. A lot of new players are getting into it, and they did some important changes to their roadmap which I really like to see, and that's what we are going to talk about in this video. First I want to show you the statistics, but before we get into my statistics I want to show you what, at least from my perspective, the biggest crypto gaming maxi has to say about the current state of those play to earn games and in general the whole crypto gaming space. And the person I'm talking about is Alex Becker, and he just recently released some tweets where he says gaming FOMO has commenced, or if we scroll up, getting out turbo my new video because I see FOMO starting. And that's a pretty good sign if someone who is pretty deep in this crypto gaming space says that crypto gaming will pop up and have another cycle. And of course, this will also lead to Newthrone, a play to earn game which is running on base and doing quite good numbers. As you can see, if we jump back on the homepage, we are currently at 65 players. In just my last video we had 43 players, and also the game pool almost doubled since that time, where we are sitting currently at 8.2 rep Ethereum. And this is all good for the project health. We get more players, more attention, and they are also catching up with marketing. We are, for example, now listed on Defi Llama in the gaming section here on number 4, or for example on Deb Radar is Newthrone. We have a Dune dashboard now where you can see all the recent statistics of the players, the daily active players, and what they are currently doing in the game, which items they are using, if they are attacking more or more in defense mode. And we have Twitter Spaces and an AMA, for example, with Xeno mining on Saturday, which will take place at 7 p.m. Eastern time for all that want to participate. So let's get into my current stats, which you can see right now here. So the first 3 to 4 days I was in attacking mode. As you can see here, I have a 15-7 statistic, so I'm pretty much still a newbie in this game. I lost a few fights because I was just too inexperienced, didn't know who to attack and how to win those fights because they had hidden defenses and other stuff. And you can also see that my defense statistics are negative. That's why I want to catch up with some defense upgrades. What I will do is buying some Hydras, which I can get for 0.05 ETH. Therefore I have of course to farm some rewards, and this will give me an additional 25 defense power, which is hidden if other players play without a radar. So if you are not into Newthrone yet, the basic mechanics here are you buy troops, whether warriors or defenses. With the warriors you can attack other players, steal their rewards, which then get added to your bag. So these are my current accumulated rewards. I get 2.1% regardless of how I attack or if I attack other people. These $3.70 are just accumulating over 24 hours and get added to my pending rewards balance. So for example, if someone is attacking me and my defense isn't strong enough, which I experienced a few times, as you can see here, 24 times exactly, they will steal some of your rewards. You can claim your rewards, which are added up here every 12 hours. You can also reduce that by diversifying your portfolio, your in-game portfolio basically, into those buildings where you can get down the claim timer or increase the regeneration for more attacking power, or you can also build out your radar and robbery school that you can steal more rewards if you attack other players. So that's the basic system over here. A simple play to earn, very clean UI, and a very dedicated team behind it, which is constantly working on updates, upgrades, bug fixes, and the implementation of new features. And that's exactly why I'm doing this video right now, because last time I talked about this project, I showed you this roadmap and we had the upcoming Throw token launch. But they now changed the priorities here, which they also announced on their Discord. So if we get into their statement, they said that they first want to build a bigger user base with at least 100 daily active users, and then they will talk about the tokenomics and the token launch again, which is already displayed in their white paper. As we can see here, the Thrownomics These of course could change until they really release the token, but the main thing about this announcement, why I'm talking about this in this video, is that they will now prioritize the lending and borrowing mechanic on troops, which I also talked about in last video and was pretty bullish on and still am. And this has one simple reason, because I believe when we get into another crypto gaming cycle, as Alex Becker is already predicting, projects with this function, with a lending and borrowing function, will do pretty well. So for example, if we take a look on the whole DeFi market, the biggest protocols over here, so Lido, MakerDAO, Just Lend and Aave, are all lending and borrowing protocols with staking included. And those have the most total value locked. And that's why this function will be very big, because people with big capital most of the time have less time. That's why they want to lend out their capital to get returns on it. Same counts for play to earn games, and why, for example, Axie Infinity got so big. Players purchased in-game items, lended them out to players who have time to play with those in-game items but don't have the capital to purchase them themselves. And that's what happened in Axie Infinity. All the players lended out their in-game items, and that's why we saw a great performance here, especially in the Axie Infinity token. So if we measure that from around token launch, which was at around 17 cents, to almost 160 US dollars. This token did multiple 100x's and reached a all-time high market cap of, as you can see here, 10 billion US dollars. Of course, it's hard to compare those projects because Axie Infinity was one of its kind, but still, if Newthrone is capable and this is realistic to get a small portion of this market cap, let's say they get to 10 to 15 million, which would be at the current tokenomics, if we scroll down a little bit, with a starting market cap of roughly 150,000, a 100x. And we know once the crypto bull run, or especially the gaming bull run, starts, this is nothing and easy to achieve, especially if you launch on a chain like Base, which Newthrone did, which will grow even further in the upcoming months, especially if we get into another crypto bull run. And the time is now to build up your bags, because there, for example, they will have vesting schedules for current players which are shorter as for newer players. For example, if you get to level 5 or above, you will have a shorter vesting period once the token launches, and what you can do with it is basically use it for in-game farming. So they will have a dynamic system, as well as you can stake it for LP farming, also for non-player investors. So that's at least their current white paper. This could of course change again, just that you are aware of this fact. But yeah, that's the potential I see in Newthrone and why I will stick to this project. Try to grind and get to level 5 before we see this big adoption, which will be happening. I'm pretty sure about that. Of course, I can't tell you when it will happen, but those guys, especially with the lending and borrowing function, are on the right path. So if you want to try it out yourself, it's pretty easy to get started. You need wrapped Ethereum on Base network, and then you just connect your wallet over here, go to the store and purchase some warriors if you want to go into attacking mode, or if you just want to play this game passively, buy some defenses. I, for example, started with 170 US dollars, purchased 3 of the so-called demigods, which costs me around 0.03 Ethereum, and then I started attacking other players and doing my first steps in the game, which you can do if you jump over to the garage and go to the attacking section, and then you just choose one player which you think might be fitting for a victory. If you have questions, of course, just jump into our community Telegram group, which will link below this video, as well as, of course, their Discord. So if you join there, just let those guys know that you come from my video. If you liked it, would be great if you can hit the like button if you don't want to miss future updates on Newthrone or other potentially promising DeFi projects. You might want to subscribe because I release videos almost on a daily basis here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.